famous people around the world says about Osho. Dr. Manmohan Singh, Prime Minister of India. Osho will long be remembered as a great philosopher, sane and mystic of the 20th century. His life and work will continue to inspire future generations of humankind, and his powerful message of essential unity of mankind will help us to evolve the new global code of ethics for the improvement of the human condition. Kabir Bedi, international film star. Osho is one of India's greatest mystics. I see him as one of the world's great teachers, thinkers, philosophers and guides of our times. I have enormous respect for his world vision and the kind of international communities he is building. I have always felt his influence in my life. Madonna, singer and performer. Through my friend Deepak Chopra I came across Osho's books, which gave me an utter deeper shift in my life. I regret I did not meet him in person, and I feel sorry the U.S. government missed such an opportunity back in '86. The Dalai Lama, exiled leader of Tibet. Osho is an enlightened master who is working with all possibilities to help humanity overcome a difficult phase in developing consciousness. Manmohan Singh, former editor of the Times of India, author and historian. He was the most original thinker that India has produced, the most erudite, the most clear-headed and the most innovative. And in addition he had an inborn gift of words, spoken and written. The like of him we will not see for decades to come. It is a religion for the religious, for the agnostic, for the unbeliever, for the rationalist. Tom Cruise, actor. When we wrote and prepared for shooting Vanilla Sky, I constantly checked in with Osho's insights. It is not so easy to present the unconscious mind with images and a story. Osho is the only one who can't perfectly explain it all, the inner and the outer, and that helped me and my team immensely. Dr. A. Schlegger, Ph.D. Institute of Technology, Switzerland. Never before or after have I encountered anybody having such a harmonious and immensely creative view encompassing art, science, human psychology and religiousness. Certainly we would lack substantially without his vision of the new man. Paul Retz, author of Zen Flesh, Zen Bones. Osho is a mystical giant, a flowering of a unique intelligence and one of those rare humans expressing himself with joy. K.R. Narayanan, former President of India. Enlightened people like Osho are ahead of their times. It is good that more and more young people are now reading his works. EMINENT, distinguished violinist. I found No Water, No Moon one of the most refreshing, cleansing and delightful books I could imagine. It is a book which will never cease to be a comforting companion. Arun Purya, editor of India Today. Here is somebody who fuses everything and makes it understandable to people, and it makes sense. And he also challenges very fixed beliefs, challenges religions which have tradition and ritual and so forth. Deepak Chopra, author of Ageless Body, Timeless Mind, Quantum Healing and Unconditional Life. On Osho's book From Medication to Meditation. These brilliant insights will benefit all those who yearn for experiential knowledge of the field of pure potentiality inherent in every human being. This book belongs on the shelf of every library and in the home of all those who seek knowledge of the higher self. British Nanthi, JTV presenter, former editor, and publisher of the Illustrated Weekly, India. Few people have understood India like Osho. It was an understanding at many levels. The philosophical, the historic, the purely emotional, and even the political and the literary, the wanton and the spiritual. His was a holistic understanding. An understanding that went beyond words, into the uncharted terrain of true love. For love was at the core of everything that Osho believed in. It was the ultimate message he left for us. To discover, experience, savor life through love. Federico Fellini, filmmaker. I've been charmed from reading his books. Kapil Dev, cricketing superstar from India. Osho's books inspire me to meditate. They give me peace of mind. Chandrasekhar, former Indian Prime Minister. Osho gave his country and the world a vision, which one can be proud of. Mr. V. N. Narayanan, Editor-in-Chief, Hindustan Times. Osho is a fountain of wisdom that never goes dry. This century's most original mind has created a new world for us humans to revel in, enjoy and remain ourselves through the pathway of love. Here is the quintessence of the wisdom of ages, the pure nectar of essential knowledge for mortals to acquaint with immortality. Kazushiki No, Professor of Buddhist Studies, Hosen-Gakuen College, Tokyo, Japan. He is the rarest and most talented religionist to appear this century. Shri V.R. Krishna Iyer, former Supreme Court judge. I have heard Sri Rajneesh and have been inspired by his talks. His works are sublime and seek to liberate the soul of humans. Indeed, his presentation is unique, his goal is great, and his success in liberating each person from the mafia surrounding the soul is rewarding reading. The message that he had to deliver must reach everywhere. Jasbir Jassi, Punjabi pop star. I fell in love with Osho's vision when I visited the Osho commune a few years ago. Osho's words have helped me when I was going through a difficult phase. Since then I was looking for an opportunity to pay my tribute. D. Grote, writer. As a result of reading The Golden Future and many other works by Osho, I would like to let you know that I completely and heartily support the vision of Osho. As a writer, I hope that his words will reach the hearts of those who need them most. I have every faith in this result, because the words of Osho are loaded with the power of love. Michael Mann, chairman of Element Books. These books are really what people are looking for. They are even more relevant now than when they were spoken. Lamarck Armata, late head of the Karpayoptic, or Red Hat sect of Tibetan Buddhism. Osho is the greatest incarnation after Buddha in India. He is a living Buddha. M.V. Kamath, former editor of the Illustrated Weekly, India. With Osho, words flow endlessly, provocatively, challengingly. In 100 years more copies of Osho's works will have been printed than the Bible itself, till now the outstanding bestseller. James Coburn, actor. His incredible text, discourse, lectures and books have inspired me, and millions of others, on the path of self-evolution. He is like a great bell tolling, awaken, awaken, awaken. Fruit. Honorable Shri Girija Prasad Koirala, former Prime Minister of Nepal. Osho has a unique identity of his own. Our worldly life can become more fruitful through meditation, and people can evolve towards a better society with the help of Osho's wisdom. Sri Krishnaikan, former Vice President of India. Osho speaks the language of today's Bhasha. His message is for the whole world. Lokendra Bahadur Chant, the former Prime Minister of Nepal. Osho is such a vision that stands for the welfare of the whole of humanity, transcending the narrow boundaries of religions. Though today's man is so caught up in his myriad problems, all of Osho's books and discourses suggest simple and easy ways for man's liberation. Sting, singer and performer. I was inspired by Osho's wisdom when I wrote the song How Fragile We All Are. Reading his books gave me hope for humanity. It is a must for everybody to have a look into his words. L.K. Advani, former Minister of Home Affairs, Geovedi, of India. To enable Indians and the world to appreciate the eternal India, Osho's insights contained in his discourses and books should be made widely available around the world and through all media. This will also make the world understand India much better. I was surprised and very impressed by Osho's logic and how well he proved his points. When I was imprisoned during the emergency for 19 months, I had the opportunity of reading Osho's books on Mahavir, Kabir and the Gita. The late Janil Singh, former President of India. Osho's unmatched orator, an orthodox thinker and an original interpreter of ancient texts. His exposition of Japji Sahib and other teachings and philosophy of Guru Nanak Dev has deeply impressed me. I admire his courage, sense of conviction and spirit of adventure. Padam Shri Drive Raghunath Mashokart, renowned scientist, Director General CSIR and Chairman of the Committee of World Intellectual Property Organization WIPO. I believe that Osho was well ahead of his time in terms of his teachings, his thinking, and as a practical man. This is very clear that the message of Osho is universal in nature. This also means that the right to his message is equally universal and should be available to any individual. In fact, each one of the 6 billion of us that inherit the earth today have a right to the words of Osho. Padam Shri Drive Vijay Bhatkar, eminent scientist, former director of CDAC. Osho's new man is both spiritual and scientific, simultaneously. He is not repressive and aggressive as in the past, but tender and loving to embrace the joyful future. Let us rejoice and welcome the new man of Osho, who is open and transparent, honest and truthful, authentic and self-disclosing. Osho's new man is not fragmented but integral, holistic in the image of his creator. And this new man is not going to fall from some alien space, but he is arriving through each one of us as we start dropping the gross sheath of our existence and start reaching the essential nature of ourselves, which is pure existence, pure consciousness and pure bliss. Pandit Shiv Kumar Sharma, World-renowned senator player Osho is one of the greatest mystics of all times who has a tremendous spiritual power to go into such a variety of subjects including Gita, Nanak, Mira, Kabir, Sufism, Tantra, Yoga and Zen. He has given a new vision and direction to humanity. Amrita Pritam, renowned poetess where the dance of Mira and the silence of Buddha meet, blossoms the true philosophy of Rajneesh. Malik Sarabhay, famous dancer. I grew up with Osho around me. He was controversial because he had the courage to speak the truth. Shraddha Mudhal, renowned classical singer. Thank you again for making me a part of Osho's world of wisdom, joy and radiance once again. With gratitude, Maxwell Pereira, former commissioner of police, Delhi. Osho's vast repertoire and insight into the finer aspects of every faith, every religion just illustrates with no ambiguity the universality of the teachings, the message, the word in all religions. Not everyone is blessed so as to be able to fathom the depth of this wonderful essence, enjoy it and live it. Thank you for letting me touch the tip of this vast treasure. Madan Gopal Singh, University professor and Sufi scholar. Main Bikate Naroji, Navarid. Loosely translated, this line by the 18th century Sufi poet Bull Shah would go somewhat like this: I am unfettered. Unfettered am I, neither the sick nor the savior am I. The line for me is a source of boundless creative energy and celebration. This is the irresistible feeling in the presence of Osho's aura. I can say no more.